Welcome to our Halloween special. The title of this one shot is redacted during filming because it will give way too much away to the players. But by the time this comes out, everyone at home watching will already know the title. The disappointment and head shakes already so soon.
Starting the suspense early.
Yeah. I have this super simplified horror trope 5e guide that I have kind of created for this. Basically, our players choose a character trope from classic horror movies, and the trope comes with a perk, and then they choose one trait to add to their character for roleplay purposes. It doesn't really have any mechanical value to it, but helps with kind of figuring out who the character is. Each trope also comes with a base set of stats, so it's super easy. There's no really calculating much of anything besides HP and AC. So, if everyone would please tell us who you're playing, what your trope is, what your perk is, and what trait you chose.
Hey, I'm Allegra. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Kaylin Riggs Miranda. Usually just goes by Riggs. My trope is the jock, which means I have advantage on athletic checks, and I have taken the protective trait.
I'm Matthew. Tonight I will be playing Trevor, he, him. And Trevor is a bit of a misfit. He loves horror movies and all the things that come along with those, so he has advantage on lore checks of creatures and monsters and things of that nature that he's heard of before. Trevor is a bit of a jokester, but in the way that, sarcasm and dark humor kind of rolls out of somebody in a terrible situation. So that is Trevor for tonight.
My name is Farah. Tonight I am playing the prep. And my perk is that I can get to negate one critical failure that I roll or a critical hit against me. And I am terminally optimistic.
I am Cassi Mothwin, and tonight I am playing Nicole Bishop. I am the nerd. I have a perk where I can ask the GM if something is a good idea or not, and I'm feeling a little distrusting.
So I'm Kaya, and today I am playing Melissa Lee, she, her. Melissa is the Flash. She can run real fast, and once per short rest, I can take the dash action as a bonus action on my turn. Melissa is pretty cocky. She thinks she is the fastest thing around. Let's see if she's wrong.
Our scene opens on the first day of the rest of your lives. It's the summer after graduation, right before some of you will be going away for college, and we find our characters all piled into the same vehicle and driving down an empty road, deeper and deeper into the woods.
Riggs is driving the car. They are like 5'6" and pretty muscular. They're shortstop in baseball, so they have to be pretty quick. They have long, dark brown hair that is kept in like 2 pigtail braids. Brown eyes, very like focused and intense kind of face at all times. That's about it. They're wearing like a baseball tee and some like cut off shorts. And they're mostly just focusing on the road right now.
Trevor is currently seated as far back in the vehicle as he possibly could be. He is leaning against the back window of this car that we're cruising through with his head up against the glass, and his longer black hair is smushed up against the side of his face as he always keeps some of it down over part of it. He's wearing all black. He's about 6 foot tall. He came up quite early. He was tall, young, and people always commented on it. But now he's seated back here, and his face is expressionless as there is music playing that he just cannot abide by. Trevor is probably currently running through song lyrics in his head while trying to distract himself from the things he's actually hearing in the car.
Speaking of what he's hearing in the car, Trish is sitting up front. She is 5'4"-ish, dark brown hair, loose headscarf, loose sweater, slacks. Everything matches. She's super coordinated, and she's just scrolling through Spotify and just like pep squad energy, so excited. Oh my god, we're gonna have the best time. Oh my god, this song is like gonna define our summer, you guys. It's gonna be great. And she's just going and going throughout the whole ride, and it's probably a little exhausting for everyone else, but she doesn't care because we're gonna have fun.
Nicole is sitting in the back seat as well. She has on her a book of filmography and images and storyboards about Back to the Future, and it's also got the script in there, so she's just reading the script. She's also wearing a Harvard sweatshirt, and she has some like red ribbons in her hair because she wants everyone to know where she will be going this fall. But otherwise, she is your typical nerd. She has glasses. She could wear contacts, but she's just always reading so much. She's just usually seen in her glasses. Contacts are for special events.
I feel slightly personally attacked by that description. Anyway, Melissa is squeezed in the back, probably in the middle seat between Trevor and Nicole. She always ends up getting squeezed there because she has a thin, athletic runner's build. She's about 5'8", long black hair, currently in a loose braid that she keeps on undoing and redoing. She is wearing just totally nondescript, like cotton gray athletic shirt, some kind of probably super fancy athletic pants, and she is sort of flexing her ankles and toes in beat with the music and just trying to stop herself every time she catches herself doing it.
During this drive, as the music is shuffled and shuffled again and again, is there any conversation happening?
No, if no one is talking, Trish is talking, and talking about like, did you see some of the staff at graduation? Like, did you guys go to that party? Did you guys get to read that book that was in that class? Like, she's just going on and like trying to engage people in stuff, and like maybe not getting a lot of response, but she's trying really hard.
Trish, will you just hand me the phone for one fucking moment?
Oh my god, do you want to pick the music? Totally, here. And she like, please don't throw it out the window. I need an upgrade, but like, I'd rather not do it now.
I look at Trevor and I say, Doc, you're my only hope.
And he pulls the phone up to his face, and he's flipping through the list of playlists that Trish has on her phone by default, and you just hear him going, shit, derivative, bullshit, garbage, derivative, fuck.
Trevor picks something. I hate driving in silence.
All right.
You can connect your phone if you really want to. Like, we don't have to listen to just my music.
We could act out the entire part 1 of the Back to the Future saga. I have the script.
How about we don't?
Trevor, come on. Like, we have a long drive. We should do something fun. We could play I Spy.
You realize we're 18?
I don't see your problem.
Riggs,
Are
will
you
you
too
back
old
me
for
up on
games?
this?
I mean, I can't play, obviously, because I'm driving. But, I mean, if you guys really want to play I Spy, that's on your own heads. We could still listen to music. If someone would just fucking pick something, please.
All right,
I mean, there's
all right,
podcasts and audiobooks on my phone, too. You can try something like there.
He reaches the phone back up and just kind of drops it into her lap. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out his own, and he's like, all right, give me 2 seconds.
Point of order, this is like a pretty old CRV, so it's got one of those things that you put in the tape deck and it has a long
yes.
aux cord that goes out of it. So you guys are like having to swap who has the aux cord in this like 1990s CRV.
Melissa
love
just
it.
sort of like ducking left and right as the cable like whips by from the front seat to the back seat.
I think Trevor would connect his phone, and after a moment, you get one of the worst recording quality versions of thrash metal that you could ever possibly hear. And it's his own band that he is a frontman in called Bare Knuckle Throat Punch.
Okay, would we know that that's his band and that's his recording though?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh my god, Trevor, I never get to hear your music anymore. This is amazing. I shout over the music.
As you're shouting, the volume keeps getting louder and louder on the music.
The speakers are like crackling because, and like booming.
I reach across Melissa and I like hit Trevor, like in a fun way.
Oh, fine. He turns it down a little bit, at least, quiet enough to hear, the rest of the car. And
Quite enough to hear thoughts.
Right. He sets, the phone down and says, all right, well, at least I spy better music.
Thanks, Nicole.
All right, I think that's perfect. Like, camera pulls back, car keeps going down this road. You've been traveling down a sort of like overgrown dirt road for a while now. You're finally turning off into a little like open area to park. This trail used to be well maintained, and it definitely looked maintained. If any of you Googled the site that Trevor, or the location that Trevor sent you for, like on Google Maps or something, or it was probably like GPSed on your phone or something, it's like a legitimate hiking trail, but it just doesn't look like it's been in use for a while, or at least not well maintained.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Oh man, this looks great. Good find, Trevor. We're not going to be, running into families with strollers or whatever all day. This is, yeah, nice nature.
Well, I picked it for its isolated environment and separation from the entirety of man.
Okay,
You did a good job.
when you say shit like that, it scares me, though, is the thing.
Good.
Oh my god.
This is a little heavy.
I
Have you been
mean,
here before?
No, but I've watched like a lot. I've seen a lot of stuff about these woods online, and it's really like an interesting place.
Cool. Did you like Google the flora and fauna? Are there cool birds? Are we going birding? Oh my god, this is gonna be
oh
so
my
much
god,
fun.
please, no.
No, I didn't Google the flora and fauna of the location that we're staying at, but there's enough.
Trish, I can Google it for you when we get back.
Oh my god, that would be super cool. We'll try to take some pictures and then we can see what we saw.
Yeah,
Wait, Trevor,
I might trace some.
Trevor, did you say staying at?
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we might have to camp out here, right?
That was like a maybe, though, wasn't it? Like, that wasn't the full intent.
Did you bring camping stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I would have brought like tents and stuff. We go camping every year.
There's a tent in the back of my car, but like, it's like a 2-person.
Look,
Dibs?
just keep your. It'll be fine. We're just gonna take a walk. It'll be fine. It's a hike, right? That's what we came out here for.
Oh, totally. It'll be great. And yeah, I mean, if we have to tent, we can make do. Like nature provides and whatever.
You hear the car door shut as like the scene changes to everyone getting kind of their gear out of the back, changing their shoes, maybe whatever it is that you're doing. Go ahead and all of you make a perception check for me.
22.
Same, actually.
16.
5.
11.
Okay, I will say Trish and Trevor, almost in unison, kind of getting your stuff out first, and glancing over, looking at where the trail actually starts leading into the woods. You see a sign hammered in that says, "Closed. Stay out."
Oh my god, what a total shame. Trevor, when you Googled this, did you know that it was closed?
Look, it's just a seasonal thing. Like, the trail's still totally open. I guarantee it.
You can't really close a trail. Like, it's still there. I mean, we just have to be a little more careful. Watch where you step, that sort of thing.
For sure. Oh my god. I have my game whistle just in case of bears. Just a second, I go rifle through my purse and pull out a big ass whistle.
Trish, you're always so prepared.
Oh, thanks, Nicole.
That'll be great, but you could also just scream really loud as they're eating you.
No one's
Trevor.
getting eaten by bears.
Yeah. I play field hockey. I'm pretty fast.
Well,
just because someone says they're fast doesn't mean it's an attack on you, Mel.
it's best if we do find a bear to just bang cans and other things together. Just make as much noise as possible before it gets close to us. I read that in a book.
Did we bring cans?
I mean, I have baseball bats in the car. We can just take baseball bats.
You can put coins in a water bottle too. That makes really loud noises.
I've also heard tambourines work.
Oh, let me go ahead and get my tambourine out. Holy shit, I didn't know I would need it today.
Trevor, I have seen that photo that your parents keep of 5-year-old you with a tambourine.
Stop. You stop right now.
Oh my god, did they show you the baby album?
First of all, how dare you?
Best.
We have to find it next time. We have to we have to make sure we pack pictures in there so someone else can find them.
Fuck the entirety of my life. Trevor grabs a backpack that is slightly larger than one would expect for a simple hiking trip. And he slings it up on his shoulder and clips it around his waist and says, "Look, trail might be closed, might be bears, might be other stuff. It'll be fine, I promise."
Well, obviously it'll be fine. We're together.
Oh yeah, and the power of friendship has always kept people safe in the middle of the woods without any food or water.
Trevor, are we going to be fine or not?
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, we should be good. I did do a little reconnaissance on people who go missing in this area, and I didn't turn up anything super suspicious.
Where did you look?
Google.
That makes sense.
Anyway, look, we're going to be fine. We're all, young and healthy. We can outrun whatever. I don't even think there are bears here. Some of us are super smart. So let's just get our feet on the trail so we can, Besides, the sun's going down pretty soon.
We should go.
All right. Well,
Riggs slings on a backpack that has a baseball bat sticking out of it, and a bag of biodegradable golf balls hanging off the other side. And then, as the last second thought, snaps the tent to the back of it, just in case.
All right. Anybody taking anything of note?
I am bringing my script / storyboard / photography book of Back to the Future stuff.
I have one of those camel packs. It's got some granola bars. It's got a water bottle with a little hose thing over the shoulder. It's got a flashlight, and a whistle, and that's about it.
Trevor, totally without asking, borrowed his dad's DSLR, and it is clipped on his backpack here, and he's keeping hold of it, but his dad would probably be not very happy if he knew he had it with him, but that's okay.
Yeah, Melissa has a spare pair of super lightweight running shoes and a couple of pairs of socks in a bag, as well as probably like a granola bar or two, but doesn't seem to have brought water.
Melissa, when I go to Harvard, I'm really gonna miss your mom's oatmeal cookies.
Yeah. When you go to Harvard, I'm gonna really miss you coming over and eating all the cookies.
And your voice is kind of quiet as like, you know, the camera stays in one place and you're walking off. You hear like the twigs snapping as you're walking further into the woods. And let me ask, I guess whoever would like to answer, what is the first like scenic thing that you come across on this trip? Like what, you know, you're just walking, but kind of what makes you all kind of stop as a group for the first time?
It sounds like an old forest, so I would say just a really big kind of intimidating looking tree that maybe got hit by lightning or something, so it looks kind of cool and burnt and like slightly askew, but also still there.
Yeah, so you're all approaching this tree, and it's one of those like huge, thick trees that like two people can't even like hug the tree and touch each other's hands on the other side. But you do see like it was obviously struck by lightning. You see branches kind of like hanging down in certain spots. What is your reaction to this?
Oh my god, Trevor, you should take our photo. And I grab Nicole and pull her in for a photo in front of this giant tree, like trying to hug it. Like I put her so that you hug the tree and I hug the tree.
Melissa, Riggs, get over here.
Riggs is like watching to make sure there are no parts of the tree that are going to fall on her friends and is ready to like yank them out of the way.
Are there mushrooms on that tree? Like, is that what those are?
I don't know how I feel about this. I don't want to get stuff all over me just before we really get into the hike.
It's just a tree, you guys. And like tree hugging's cool now, right?
All right.
I mean, you're
You
going to get
realize
anyway,
that
Nicole.
you realize the problems of this world and reducing them down to tree hugging is the kind of mindset that is dooming the entirety of this civilization into the heat death of this planet.
Anyway,
right?
yeah, let's take the picture.
All right. Trevor unclips the DSLR and takes a step back and like assumes a really like he's really trying to take this photo. You know, this pose that is far too try hard for the moment. And he says, "This isn't going on your Instagram, right, Trish?"
I mean, why wouldn't it? You're such a good photographer, Trevor. Why wouldn't I share your beautiful work?
He just shakes his head and raises the viewfinder and takes a few seconds to focus and gets a shot of the party. Hopefully it won't be our memento mori.
Dude, you have to quit saying shit like this.
I don't know. I'm kind of farming it for like a character I'm working on in my fan fiction. I'm writing it about like a show that hasn't been released yet, but I've seen pictures of like the cast members, so I already figured out who I'm going to pair with who.
You're pre-shipping people? Do you realize the level of depravity that entails?
I prefer to think of it more as taking creative liberties, Trevor.
Oh, I was all for the depravity. I wasn't scolding you.
Then yes, I'm indulging in depravity.
Brutal.
This is not in character, but that is the best description I've ever heard of fanfic shipping in my life. Just putting that out there.
This is fantastic. All right, so You take a little while at this tree. Do you take some photos of the tree?
Trevor absolutely would be taking photos of the tree. Yeah, he would be trying to line up artistic angles against the. Yeah, and like I think at one point he goes to take an angle, and Trish is like, "Selfie," and just looks with absolute scorn before going back to taking artistic angles of the branches and the lightning where it struck down through.
Trevor, are you gonna post one of these pictures with the caption "Decay is an extant form of life," or am I gonna have to do that?
How did you know?
Because you were saying all last week you were gonna do something like this.
Oh, yeah. All right, you got me.
Riggs is taking like candid photos of their friends, just kind of like discreetly, just for like comfort's sake.
At some point, Trish pulls everyone, including Trevor, into a selfie together. Come on, Trevor, you have to smile, or at least scowl nicely.
Trevor, I've met your parents. Maybe you were adopted? They smile a lot.
I know, and their joy has sucked all of it out of my life.
Mood.
See? Melissa gets it.
Continuing forward. That was incredible. Continuing forward, probably like for a little while scrolling through the photos that like you just took, Trish, like that one's bad, that one is a keeper, that one's bad. Kind of just scrolling through them as you're walking.
Are you swiping Tinder?
No, I'm making sure that I have the good photos prepped and ready so that when we get back to the road and civilization, I can post them and be like, look at the hike that we went on.
Oh, okay. That's less weird.
I don't do Tinder here. I'm moving to Boston in like 3 weeks, so.
Yeah, we're both going to Harvard. Isn't that kind of neat?
Yeah, isn't that neat?
I'm power walking.
Leading the charge, you continue through the trail. A couple of hours pass probably with these same casual, kind of like friendly but on the verge of mean conversations half the time that could only come from friends that have known each other since forever. And you're beginning to realize that the sun is probably gonna set soon, and as you're looking ahead, we'll say Melissa's still in the lead here. Melissa, you look ahead of you, and as this dark haze is kind of spreading over as the sun is setting, you see maybe 30, 40 feet in front of you is the large tree that was struck by lightning.
Trevor, did you find a trail that goes in a big circle, or?
No, it's supposed to be a there and back kind of thing. Like, I mean,
Are we back then?
Maybe there's just a lot of trees like this.
oh yeah, there are dozens of trees that are struck by lightning in this exact formation. Look at the picture. And he like pulls up his camera and scrolls through, and like you're standing at this position where you're looking at the exact view of a picture in the camera that you're now standing in front of again.
I mean, that's super convenient. That means, the sun's going down. We have to go home anyway, so we can just follow the trail and we'll be back at the car. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
So do we turn around, or? Because we were going this way before.
Yeah. Did we go off trail somehow? I didn't think we left.
I mean, it was closed, so maybe we just didn't notice because, like, things had overgrown and stuff. we can just keep going straight a little bit and see if there's anything.
Maybe we should like mark the trail a little bit, you know, like leave some breadcrumbs in some way. Maybe mark the tree. And does anybody have anything we can like drop on the trail behind us?
I got these golf balls.
How many do you have?
Probably like 50.
I should have known. Yeah, let's try. Are you okay with losing a few?
Yeah. I mean,
Right,
it's not,
yeah.
they're biodegradable and everything. So,
Oh,
like,
perfect. I was about to say I
hoping-
don't want to litter, but if they're biodegradable, then
No, like honestly, I was hoping we'd get to a hill so I could just like knock a few into the. You know, I always practice. You know.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'll set like 3 on the trail and like an arrow pointing the direction we're walking.
Okay.
Lead the way, Hansel and Gretel.
So are you setting them down and still going forward, or are you setting them down and turning around?
I think we should turn around.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that would make the most sense, wouldn't it?
For sure.
Sure. Does anybody have like a compass on their phone? We could see. Anybody have a signal?
I will pull out my phone.
Yeah. you
Google
pull out your-
Maps, anything.
pull out your phones. You have a weak signal, but a signal. As you are pulling out your phones, Riggs, you have a text from
Oh,
L.
cool. From who?
L.
Shit. What does it say?
It says, "Hey, what's up?"
I think I fall back to the back of the group. Like really slyly try to text them back. And just say like, on a hike. What about you?
Okay.
Trying to be super chill and absolutely failing.
Gotcha. And then clarification about the golf ball arrows. Are you pointing in the direction that you're going?
Probably the way we're going now, right?
Yeah.
Because then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Riggs, you're noticing how dark it's getting. The sun is setting. You are surrounded by darkness in a matter of a few minutes. What are you using for lights?
I believe I mentioned a flashlight at the beginning.
Correct.
So I pull it out. It's one of those little, like, the little pocket ones, but it's Harvard branded because she got school swag. But she pulls that out and just kind of, like, holds it in her hand but doesn't turn it on yet because she doesn't want to kill her night vision.
I use my phone flashlight.
Okay.
Knowing that we have one phone flashlight already going, I think Riggs puts her phone on like power saver, so that we don't have none light ever.
Sure. Sounds good. And you continue forward for a while in the dark until you come across golf balls in the trail.
Riggs, what is this? Are you throwing them in front of us or something?
No, I only put 3 down, dude.
Maybe
Trevor,
we,
are you
like,
sure this isn't a circle?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it on Google Maps. It's not a circle.
We
And
must
he,
just
like-
have, it must turn off and we're just missing the turn off. Remember, it kind of like disappeared into the trail. Like it wasn't real taken care of. We just need to keep a better eye out.
Okay. One more time around. We'll find it this time.
Well, it took us hours to get.
What if some of us go this way and the others go that way, and we'll keep an eye out, and if we meet, then we'll know we all fucked up.
I mean, Melissa, I don't know if, like, splitting up in a giant ass forest is, like, the best idea, but
Let's
like,
do
I
it.
totally love
Trish,
your.
you can come with me.
Hold on. What did our parents drill into our heads since we're one? Never split the party. That's like a whole D&D thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Remember that time that they were fucking playing and half the party died because they split the party and they were all fucking crying in the kitchen at like 2 a.m?
Oh my god, was that the time where we were like, what, watching like scary movies?
Hey
Maybe we'll do, like, a
friends, we need to focus. I don't do well at night in the woods.
Hey, it's okay. We're all here and we're all together, Melissa, and not splitting up because we want to make sure we're all okay. So let's go. Maybe, Riggs, you drop some like golf balls as we're walking, like continuously, so that we make sure we don't like double back or something.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds good. I'll stay at the back so that we can breadcrumb our way forward.
Okay. And you begin doing so. You probably drop what, every like 30 feet or so, or is it further? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like 30.
Who is leading the charge?
Well, I have my phone flashlight on, so I might be, but I don't want to be up there by myself.
I think yeah, I was gonna say I think Trish had the other light. You could be like walking side by side if you'd like. Okay. Walking, I mean, you're hearing the twigs and the leaves snap. And you step right up to a golf ball.
All right, this isn't fucking funny, Riggs.
Wait, did we?
What? I'm standing at the back.
You've walked maybe 60 feet.
Did we not find the arrow first this time? Is this just a?
This is just one single golf ball.
Briggs, how many balls have you dropped so far?
Like 3.
Huh.
You hear a twig snap.
Maybe one like rolled out of my
10 feet away from you in the woods. Flashlight, there's nothing there. And you hear a voice now come from behind you that says, "Can't you read the sign?"
Briggs pulls the baseball bat and it's
Swing around with the light.
Spin around. The light now focuses on the tree, the large tree that was struck by lightning, and you see the outline, a figure tied to the tree, climbing the tree, still, but on the tree. You'd have to get a little bit closer to see details.
Who are you?
Sorry, I can't fucking read.
There's no response.
Hang on.
I put a hand out in front of Nicole, and I say, "Oh my god, we are totally sorry. We didn't miss it, but we thought like maybe it was just a seasonal thing. But we will totally get out of here if like we're bothering you or something. Just point us in the right direction. We'll just get right out of your hair."
I'm gonna say cinematically, like as you're doing that, you just take like a couple steps forward so that the light hits this figure a little bit better. You see a person nailed to a tree. Long dead.
Trevor, what is this? Some kind of joke?
No.
What the hell pathway did
Who
you
is
bring
this?
us
Is this
to?
is this one of your bandmates? Is this some kind of like prank? Is this a prank?
No, it's not. Look, I get it. I'm kind of fucked up on average. I know, but I'm not dead guy nailed to a tree fucked up.
I don't know. You've been saying some weird stuff. Is he actually dead? Touch him. Someone touch him.
No, don't touch him.
Oh my god, are you crazy? No.
That wasn't here like an hour ago. That has to have been here for a long time, but that wasn't here an hour ago.
Wait, so it is a different tree. Good. We can just turn around.
Right.
With the golf balls.
Well, shouldn't we call 911?
Oh my god, Nicole, you're totally right. And I'll pull out my phone. Not dial 911.
That's amazing.
Riggs isn't taking their eyes off of the dead person on the tree that talked,
Right.
apparently.
Yeah, you're just staring. Trish, you dial 911. And you hear like the click as if like the call is picked up. You hear a little bit of static, and then you hear, "Can't you read the sign?"
I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm like, listen, it's some really good showmanship. I'm really impressed with like whatever tech stuff you're doing, but like this isn't cool anymore because clearly you're scaring Nicole and Riggs and Melissa and me. So like, can we stop, please?
What did they say? What did they say?
They asked if I couldn't read the sign, which, I mean, rude.
Aren't you usually the one asking for other people's signs?
Trevor, listen.
Or not now.
Look, I'm sorry. That's how I deal with fucking stress, all right?
Riggs, you jump as your phone vibrates again.
Fuck.
Are you
I'm gonna
okay?
keep the bat. Yeah, my phone vibrated. It scared me for a second. It's good. It's fine. I'm gonna keep my bat out towards the thing and pull my phone out to be like equal eye line so I can like peripherally look at the thing in the tree.
Yeah, you check the text.
Yeah.
It's from L, and it says, "Can't you read the sign?"
Oh fuck no. Fuck this. How? So I got a text from someone. It says the same thing. So I don't know what that means. But whatever the fuck you did, Trevor, you better fucking stop it.
I didn't fucking... let me think. Just...
Riggs,
And-
can I borrow the bat?
Yeah, here.
Thanks.
Just start beating Trevor.
She probably like moves as if she's gonna do it, and then she's like, and walks up to the dead tree.
Melissa.
It's a dead person. I'm less afraid of dead things than live things at this point.
It's nailed to a tree. What if the person that put it here, you can't go by yourself. God damn it.
It's like literally right there.
I'll follow behind her.
Yeah,
It's like your nail gun 6.
as you take some steps forward, you hear like every sound your feet are making as they're stepping down just sounds too loud. And then you hear some more cracking and crunching as the head of the figure kind of like moves up a little bit. Screams! And as you flinch, it's gone.
I grab the back of her shirt and yank her back.
I probably scream as you yank me back, not having expected that.
At this point, you hear something running toward you from, I mean, it's probably 60 feet away right now, but you hear the crunching as it is running in this direction.
I swing
Trevor-
my flashlight.
Go, 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 go,
Yeah,
go.
Trevor's gonna swing the camera and hit a shot, like, with the flash, trying
Ooh.
to like that.
Nice. So everyone's holding their ground, just wanting to see what this is.
I'm pushing Melissa back toward the group.
Yeah.
Okay, spinning the flashlight, bringing the camera up, you take the shot, and there's this moment of flash that almost stuns all of you for a moment because it is just so bright. Go ahead, and I'm going to have you make a perception roll to see if in that moment of stunned flash you're able to make anything out.
22 again.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah, so as Melissa is just being like pushed back into the group, you probably like bump into Trevor as the photos being taken.
He sees this in the flash, and his immediate reaction is to grab Nicole's shoulder, push her away, and just yell "run" as he starts to move in the direction opposite from where that's coming from.
Melissa screams. She shoves the bat back towards Riggs, and starts running perpendicular to the way that this thing is coming.
Fantastic. Seeing this, does everyone else run as well? You hear Trevor's voice just like boom out, "Run!"
Are they running in the same
imagine-
direction?
So Trevor is going exactly the opposite direction of whatever this thing is. So you're gonna have to probably pick a path.
I imagine as Trevor pushed Nicole and Nicole started moving, Trish would hold onto her hand and run.
Run in the direction of Trevor. Probably.
away.
I assume Trevor would
probably-
have pushed where Trevor was going to run, right? Yeah. So the
Yeah,
three
that
of
was
you
the
would.
intent, trying to
Yeah.
get Nicole to move with me.
All right. So Riggs, where'd you go?
I think I run like in a halfway between direction so I can see all of them. In just like a diagonal, trying to keep everyone in an eye line.
Fantastic. So as you begin sprinting after Trevor yells run, it begins to get real dark for Melissa and Riggs as Nicole and Trish were the ones with the lights. And you can see too, as the running is happening, the light beam is not it's not coherent at all. The light is like flinging everywhere as you're running. You can find yourselves almost like running into trees, kind of pushing away. You hear your heart beating in your ears as you hear whatever is coming, crunching against branches and leaves, scraping against trees as it's pushing by. You are running. Riggs and Melissa, I'm gonna have you make a luck roll for me. Just a d20. Tell me what you get.
Don't fail me, frogs. Well, they're gone.
Did you lose the dice?
Yeah, it fell. It's fine. 17. 2.
Okay. All right. So you keep running. You're sprinting. You're probably like there's probably noises. You might be saying something. You're not sure. You might be saying run. You might be saying this way. There are noises that you can at least follow if you don't have a light. And as you're sprinting, unfortunately, no one notices as Melissa slams into a tree and stumbles over. As you are like catching your breath, it knocked the wind out of you. You're sitting up. You hear the footsteps of your friends disappearing. You hear the footsteps of whatever is chasing them. Go after them, but you are currently alone in the woods. The rest of you, you're sprinting for a while. It feels like an eternity. Realistically, probably only a couple minutes, but you're going as fast as you can. Eventually, Riggs, you glance around and you have this moment of panic as you don't see Melissa, but your friends in front of you stop for just a moment as you see there's a slight hill where the trees stop and it leads down to what looks to be a cabin. You still hear the whatever it is chasing you from behind. What would you like to do?
I don't hear Melissa anymore, but I still hear the thing running.
Correct.
And I can see the rest of them.
Correct. Yeah,
I hate
you're
this.
pretty close to them.
I think Riggs is fully hyperventilating, like leaking tears and not knowing it. This is their worst nightmare, being stuck in the middle of the darkness and just like not knowing where anyone is. And I think a little desperately, she just starts screaming for Melissa, like stuck between wanting to keep her friend safe and wanting to be the fuck out of the darkness.
After a moment of hesitation, Trish will just shout, at least there's walls. Just go to the house. Maybe there's walls. Maybe there's cell service. We can close the door. Let's go.
Wait.
It's coming.
And Trevor is going to try to think back, seeing this thing, knowing what it looks like. Does he have any idea of, whether this thing resides in a cabin or anything like that?
Go ahead and roll lore, which is going to be wisdom. It's based on your wisdom.
All right. And I have advantage on that as a misfit, I think.
Mhm.
Right. Cool.
I believe so.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
wait,
the
I've seen this movie. Is the
Yeah.
perk.
Well, first one was a 19, so let's see if the next one does any better. Nope, 14. So we'll do the 19 plus 5, 24.
Nice. You do not get the feeling that whatever that was, this isn't its home or anything like that. You don't get that feeling at all.
Okay. Yeah. Riggs, cabin, go.
Melissa, I don't see her.
Fuck. And I'll like look to Nicole and say, "Go in, get safe. I'm going with Riggs."
Be careful. Come on, Nicole, let's go. And I'll pull her hand down towards the cabin.
Okay. And as you're kind of deciding on this split, you hear whatever this is getting closer and closer, and you hear coming from it, "Can't you read the signs?" Are you splitting up?
I think so. I think I'm gonna, turn towards this thing again, kind of close my eyes and hit another camera shot just to see if it can stun it or anything for a moment, and then take off towards Riggs.
Okay. Trish and Nicole are sprinting for the cabin. All right. Yeah, sprint down for the cabin. You probably there's probably a moment where you're kind of like sliding more than running because it's on a little bit of a hill. What were you gonna say, Riggs?
I was just asking if there was a chance that I could see what it was when Trevor hits another picture.
Yeah, go ahead, and Riggs and Trevor, go ahead and make another perception.
Okay. Actually,
20.
no, Trevor intentionally closed his eyes and looked
Okay.
away. No.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What was yours? 20?
20 total. I hate you.
It isn't until I hear the words "I hate you," "fuck you," or like "fuck off" that I know that hey, we're friends and you're having a good time.
In the most loving way, fuck you.
So in that moment, Riggs, does that change your action?
I don't think so. I think the momentary light and knowing what it is rather than imagining anything worse is the thing that's okay, I know what it looks like. Fuck, it sucks. But Melissa.
Fair enough. Riggs and Trevor, what is your plan? What is your plan? What are you doing?
Hide until it passes us? And then try to find her? Question mark.
Yeah, maybe look to real quickly if there's, a down tree stump that we could lay behind or something like that.
Sure, I'll say both of you make a stealth roll for me.
I'm scared of all my dice. 21 total.
Nice.
18 total.
Nice. So yeah, both of you are successfully able to hide as you kind of since this was Riggs' first time seeing this, Trevor probably grabs Riggs and pulls them down, slam down behind this big old stump, and you hear the slamming of the footsteps as this thing is passing by, and it hasn't noticed you.
Okay. Where's Melissa?
I don't know. She was running with me, kind of, but she just thought she was just gone suddenly. Let's go back the same way.
Yeah, just stay quiet.
And Riggs has a death grip on the side of your shirt.
All right, yeah, I think we will try to quietly make our way back the path that we were running, and I think every once in a while, Trevor will just, kind of quietly Melissa.
All right, and let's see here. Trish and Nicole. Approaching this cabin as you are, I assume, sprinting inside. All right,
yeah.
Sprinting inside, you see, as you're coming in, there's this old dead garden in the front, old and the wood of the fence is a little moldy in places. You can see dirt and weeds everywhere, kind of like pushing up the side of the house. The doorknob jiggles loudly. It is very loose as you are turning to kind of push this door open. Loud creak as it pushes forward. But you make it inside. You shut the door. While the doorknob is loose, it latches. There is like a little chain lock on the inside of it too. It is very dusty and dark. You have your lights.
Lights, light switch.
You don't see one.
Are there any sconces or anything like that? Are there any clues as to what kind of light was usually used in here?
Yeah, immediately like turning and flinging the light around, you see like oil lanterns on the counters.
I grab
Do
one.
you have a lighter?
No, I don't smoke, but Trevor might.
Okay. Well, maybe there's oil lanterns here. Maybe there's matches. So let's just take a look around. Does the room have like
What
a
was
bunch of
that?
doors leading off to it, or is it like?
You see this as like a one-room cabin. There seems to be one separate room, probably like a bathroom, like an outhouse situation, but inside still. And that's it. You see a really old, moldy couch.
I didn't get a look. We just ran, so nothing good probably. But like,
I'm gonna put
hey,
my.
we're here.
I'm gonna put my phone like. Is there like a window outside?
Yeah, there's a window behind some like moldy curtains.
I'm going to shine my flashlight out the window, so hopefully they can see it from pretty far away.
Okay. As soon as you do that, you see a glimpse of something sprinting towards the cabin, but as soon as you place the light there, it's gone, like you imagined it.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I just hope it's Trevor playing some trick on us. I feel like he wants to get one last good weird prank in before we leave. He's jealous that he's got to stay here.
I mean, listen, Trevor is like a huge prankster, but he's not mean. Like,
How are you so calm right now if you don't think it's him?
I don't know. Like, if I start panicking, like, what am I gonna do? Panic until we die? That sucks.
Trish,
so
your
I would
phone
rather
goes off.
Oh fuck. Okay. We have service. This is amazing, and I check it.
Check your phone. I don't know how you have either of your fathers in your phone, but you have a text from one that says, "We need to talk."
Oh god. Okay. I'll text him back. Oh my god. Sorry. OMG. We're totally stuck in a cabin in a field. And I give him the address. Can you send someone, please?
You send those, you watch it say like delivered, and you're kind of watching it for a second because the little bubble comes up of typing like immediately, and you're waiting and you're waiting.
I say while we're waiting very quietly, roads, where we're going, we don't need roads.
And that's when the text comes through and it says, "You should have read the sign."
Oh my god. Okay, like there's no way Trevor changed Dad's number in my phone. Like
There's like these
I mean, I guess-
these spam things where like I read about it where they can like set up like these towers and they can take over like cell signals. Like I've heard about it, so like it's something that can be done. Like maybe it's more affordable than I thought.
I mean, I guess he had my phone in the car, so like he could have. But that seems like overkill, right?
But it could be like one last big hurrah prank. Like he could have like
Yeah.
I don't know. Trevor's really smart. A lot of people don't give him credit for how smart he is, but like, I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right. It's probably just Trevor, and it's probably going to be fine, which is exactly why I'm not panicking. So let's see if we can find some matches.
At this point, we're going to switch over to Melissa. Melissa, you stand up and you're surrounded by darkness. You kind of like fumble into your pockets to try to get your phone for some semblance of light. And as you turn on that flashlight and kind of aim it upward, you see you're standing in front of a cabin.
Did I literally just run into a cabin? Okay. Well, and I'm going to just glance around, see what else is around me.
Okay. Glancing around, you see in front of this cabin, there's this like really old garden, dead. Everything's moldy. You see mold kind of growing up the side. You see a scarecrow posted in the center of the garden. There's a lot of head shaking happening right now. It's very distracting.
I'm coming off mute to once again say fuck you.
Scarecrow in the middle of the garden. It too is moldy. It looks like it's missing most of the like hay or stuffing that was inside of it. It just kind of droops on the post. You do see, however, a like light coming from the windows.
That's really suspicious. Melissa is going to glance from the light to the scarecrow, and then she is going to put her hands on her hips and just like yell as loud as she can towards the scarecrow. Do you have a sign on you?
Trish and Nicole, you hear Melissa yell from right outside, "Do you have a sign on you?" Sounds determined, a little angry.
I throw open the door. Oh my god, Melissa, you totally found us.
Great Scott!
Did either of you check this thing? Does it have a sign?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, wait. Was there
didn't
a scarecrow outside when we got...
I don't know. I was just focused on getting in.
Where's Riggs and Trevor?
They went looking for you.
Perfect cut. We're gonna cut over to Riggs and Trevor now. Melissa, where are you? Now. You are walking around in the dark, calling for Melissa. Trees surrounding you.
You're not that fast. I could beat you in a race.
Oh, you
You're
think that'll
slow.
turn her out?
Fuck. I'm trying to piss her off so she comes out.
Look. How long have we been walking this way?
No. And Riggs is still like leaking tears and hyperventilating, but trying really hard not to. Riggs doesn't cry, but Riggs is leaking tears.
I feel that on a spiritual level.
Yeah, I think as, Trevor's kind of creeping forward. Are you keeping a hold on Trevor, you said, Riggs?
Oh yeah, like left hand in the side of Trevor's shirt, right hand around the bat. Trying really hard not to hyperventilate, but absolutely hyperventilating.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to lead us back towards the big tree, if I can.
Go ahead and make a... Let's do like a survival roll, but I'm gonna give you disadvantage on it.
That's totally fair. Alright, and with disadvantage, that is going to bring it to a 12.
Okay. You're not even really sure where you are in the woods. Getting back to the tree is going to be really hard. You can't even find the trail anymore, and the trail was hard to see when you knew what you were following. You wander for a bit, and then you see a cabin.
Okay, are we just literally walking in circles, literally everywhere?
Okay. Go check on Trish and Nicole. And then we, go out for Mel again?
Alright.
Just make sure they're okay?
And I look down at the cabin. Do we see any signs of life from within the cabin?
You do. You see light inside. And I will note for the players, not characters, you don't see a scarecrow.
Oh,
But everything else you do see.
That's just rude, Carrie.
Why are you like this?
Like
Why
what?
would you-
No.
Not you. I'm still not convinced this isn't you, but,
Okay. Yeah, let's dip in and check on them.
All right, so the others, they went looking for you, and then you hear the creak of the door, and you kind of jump and are startled as Riggs and Trevor open up the door and look in.
Oh my god. Look who we found! Well, she found us, but...
you were behind me. What the fuck happened?
I apparently ran into the side of the cabin and got knocked out for a moment.
Do you have a concussion? Come here. And I grab her face and I start checking her pupils.
Wait, hold
Get
on.
over here.
But before we do that, we have to smash the scarecrow outside.
There's no scarecrow outside.
There was totally a scarecrow outside.
We just came inside. There's no scarecrow outside.
There was just a scarecrow out there. We didn't see it when we came in, but Melissa saw it, and
You
we
did
saw
smash your face into a cabin. Are you certain that you're not hallucinating?
Oh, let me see if there's a scarecrow outside.
Peek out the door. There's no scarecrow.
Oh my god.
Thanks, I hate it.
Okay.
Concussion. Oh my god, you have a
okay.
concussion and we're out in the middle of the woods. Okay.
I mean, it's dark.
we
Maybe
saw
she
it
just
too.
saw something. Here, Trevor, do you have a lighter?
Oh, you just assumed that I... Yes, I have a lighter.
Yeah.
I told you he would.
Look. Exactly.
Look,
There's
it's
oil
not
lamps.
cigarettes, at
Maybe...
least.
I don't care what you smoke. Just
He's
if
just
your
likes to
lighter
burn
works.
things.
Is that better? Never mind. There's oil lamps. Maybe we could light some so that we're not killing our batteries here. I seem to have signal, but it's being fucking weird.
I'm gonna take my phone out of the window and just kind of look out it.
Wait, no. I feel like you should keep your light in the window.
You think so? Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'll put
but
it
you do look out the window.
Mm-hmm.
You see not a scarecrow, but you see not a garden. You see instead you're looking out at very stereotypical horror movie clotheslines with white sheets laid over them. Kind of just drifting slightly.
Oh my god, I read this folklore book that was fucking crazy.
Maybe when we're not in a cabin in the woods, maybe that's the time to talk about that.
I mean, on the upside, Trevor knows all the tropes, so he can tell us what not to do, right?
This isn't a
maybe.
fucking movie, Trish!
Look
Listen.
here. And I'll take one of the oil lanterns and see if there's, oil in it and try to light it.
Okay, as you're doing that, you all hear footsteps on the roof.
Oh,
I hate
fuck.
you.
Just one.
Maybe
Quiet.
take the light down now.
Are there any holes in the roof?
Kind of glancing around and looking it over. Go ahead and make a luck roll.
16.
There are no holes in the roof.
Thank fuck.
Is there any
but
kind
you-
of chimney or anything?
There is a fireplace, but it looks like it's just stuffed full of hay and leaves. and mold. You hear the footsteps walking, and then they sprint and disappear.
Maybe
I
it
grabbed
wasn't-
Trish. I'm scared.
It's fine. It'll be totally fine. We can just keep. There's
How
a
can
couch.
you know that? How do you know?
We can.
We're being like
I mean,
hunted.
but there's no holes in the roof. I mean, if we put a couch in front of the door, and maybe like try to block the window with something, we can just hole up in here until sunrise, and then we'll be totally fine. It'll be totally fine.
Yeah, let's go ahead and cut all of our escape routes. That's a great idea.
Well, Trevor, you give me an idea. If you're so smart with your horror movies and your D&D, like, what are we doing that we're gonna survive out here?
Whoa, I feel really called out right now.
How many windows are in this place?
You see, like I said, it's all one room. There's one at the front and there's like one at the back. There's no back door or anything, but it's just got two really simple windows.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stand in front of one of these windows. I'm just gonna stare out for like 2 hours. If one of you wants to do that for the other window, we can at least like keep an eye on whatever's happening and it won't just randomly change outside. What time is it?
I checked my phone.
Do a few of you check your phones? All right. Riggs, yours says 1:30. Trish, yours says 3:30. Nicole, yours says 2:15. Trevor, yours says 6 a.m.
Alright, fuck everything about this shit.
That
Did
can't be
our
right.
phones lose power? They must have just like powered off and not fixed themselves yet, right?
Does anybody have like a watch, just like a regular watch that's not connected to the internet?
I have a stopwatch, but that's not really the same thing.
Yeah, my
Sorry,
Apple Watch is connected to my phone, so
Anyway, I'm
Quarter
gonna,
of-
gonna stare out the window for some amount of time.
I'll stare out the other one.
Okay, I don't know. If we're really doing this, then I think like the rest of you should get some sleep, but that sounds really stupid right now, but whatever.
Did I
There's
get
literally
the...
nothing I want less than sleeping, so that's not gonna happen.
Did I get the oil lantern lit?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm going to, while they're looking out the window, I think Trevor's thinking back like, okay, cabin in the woods. There was a basement. There's usually a basement in these kind of places. And he...
Torture chambers.
Wait,
That's
usually I'm the one who
reassuring.
says that kind of thing. Great Scott.
So you would like to search like the floor for any sort of cellar entrance or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm thinking like sometimes people would carve out a larder or something like that
Sure.
in an old cabin, like somewhere to keep, canned goods and so on below the floor.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation roll.
as I see him start, I'd like to help. I don't
Yeah,
know if you
you-
want me to roll 2 or to.
Yeah, go ahead and make
advantage.
one separately.
Cool.
I'm just gonna mutter under my breath, Marty, he's on a 46 Ford and we're in a DeLorean. He'd rip through us like we were tinfoil.
That is a dirty 20.
That is a 3.
Perfect. As you're looking around, Trish, you step and you notice a sort of like a floorboard that creaks a little more than it should. And you look down and you're actually able to like pop that floorboard up. And you find books, journals, newspaper clippings. As you're pulling them out, you can come to the conclusion that they're about the legends of these woods. A lot of them are claiming, the woods are cursed. A lot of them are claiming that no missing people are ever reported because none of them are really from here. They're claiming even if people knew people were coming out to these woods and these woods were searched, no bodies were ever found. In the journal, it says, it only hunts at night. Maybe it's afraid of light.
I'm pulling all this stuff out and I call Trevor over. Well, on the upside, we know it doesn't like light. Do you know any like monsters that are like super not into light?
Well, anything from the Underdark. Light sensitivity is definitely a thing.
Okay, this isn't Faerun, okay? Like, we're not
Faerun.
in...
Faerun.
God.
Just let me think. Okay.
Trish, is there anything like written or carved on that board you pulled up? If there's like another sign, we should probably read it.
She looks at it. Oh, fuck. Trevor, turn off the lamp. Turn it off.
He will hood the lantern, trusting Trish's judgment.
According to this, flame attracts it. So we have to, like, keep that not a thing. Let's, like, burn nothing.
It hates light, but flame attracts it.
No.
I don't know.
Good thing.
Just a little one.
Good thing we have cell phones, I guess.
Yeah, we have cell phones. We have flashlights. Like, that's fine. Apparently it doesn't like fire. Maybe it likes heat. I don't know.
At this
But
point,
that's information we have.
everyone make a perception roll for me.
Dirty 20.
First of all, I just want to say, Cassie, I'm very glad that it's you. As the flame is like snuffed, you hear like a shifting. And you find your body like unable to move for a moment. It's just your eyes looking over towards the sound. It doesn't appear that anyone else has heard. And as you look over to see the fireplace, you look at the hay and you look at the stuffing and you realize there are legs. And as the figure shifts to stand up, you see ripped, tattered clothing, stuffing kind of hanging out of parts. You see, as they're standing up, they wield a sickle. And as the light of your phone kind of illuminates it a little bit more, you see a mask across its face. You're fighting the rope man.
Oh my god!
I knew it.
So, as this figure stands up, wielding this sickle, we're gonna have everyone roll initiative, please. I'll send you a photo because I have one in this really cool book that I have right here, right by
Oh,
me.
I'm so happy.
Yes, the critically acclaimed classic by Cassi Mothwin, What Crooked Roots. You should all pick it up today. It has a physical form as well, or you can get it on itch. It's great. It is one of my favorite D&D supplements of all time, and I happily tell people that. Well, it's not just D&D, but you can fit it into a lot of stuff, but it fits great for D&D.
Great. So initiative order is Riggs, Melissa, Trish, Groatman, and then Nicole and Trevor can go at the same time, or you can take turns. It's up to you. Like, I like to do, if you have the same initiative and you want to do something cool, like as a team, you can kind of talk that out too at first, but up to you. No pressure either way, and we begin with Riggs.
Riggs, this entire time while people have been looking out the window and have been searching, Riggs has been just kind of pacing and trying to count all their friends and then starting over again and counting all their friends and then starting over and then counting all their friends. And as soon as something else in the house moves, they are running at it and swinging. No, like, context what's going on. It's there. It's going down.
Perfect. Go ahead and make that attack roll.
Mm-hmm. 15.
15 hits.
Yes.
Yes.
What are I roll for
Baseball
damage?
bat, I think would be like 1d6.
Let me find my dice bear up. Come here,
And then
friends.
it'll be, you can add your strength to that as well.
8 points of damage.
Nice. Alright, you just walk up and you just hear the thunk as the bat slams into like the torso. You hear, as it does so, like a puff almost, and dirt and mold and dust just sprays out and begins filling that part of the cabin. Riggs, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
I don't want to.
Oh, well, never mind.
9. You are going to take 4 points of damage as you, after swinging, slam into it, inhale whatever mold is all over the cabin, all over outside, all over this being. Inhale whatever that is, and it immediately stops your breath. You find yourself choking, and you back up. I'll say you can still have a hold of the bat, but you're probably like backing up and just trying to breathe. Melissa, you're up.
Melissa is going for the door to this place, and she's just going to fling it open, take a step outside, glance both ways, and then sort of hesitate to wait to see if everybody's gonna run or not.
All right, you rip this front door open, and as you're moving to run out of it, you see roots branching in and closing off this doorway. You see them stretching up to the roof, kind of stretching out and around. You see roots like Jumanji style slamming in through the windows and creeping in, almost like grabbing onto the house itself. You hear the wood creaking and groaning.
Trevor! Might be time to turn up that lamp again!
Would you like to do anything else for your turn, Melissa? All right. Trish.
Is there anything?
I appreciate that sigh. I appreciate that sigh so much.
Okay. Is there anything in the room? Broken table leg, for example. Anything sharp?
I would say not yet, but you imagine it probably wouldn't be too hard to break any of the furniture in here. But at the same point, I would say you're smart enough to know that, like, if it's that easy to break, maybe it's not gonna be that good of a weapon.
Was there more than one lantern?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one, obviously not the one that Trevor's holding, and try to throw it at the thing so that it gets covered in lamp oil.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. For throw, let's go ahead and have you make a dexterity roll.
All right, dice, don't fail me now. They failed me.
No! No!
Yeah,
you throw the lantern, and I'll say, like, as you're throwing it, you see this sickle move up and, like, slam into the lantern. You see the glass shatter. As it slams into it, you see the oil, like, spatter up onto the ceiling and the wall, and the whole lantern kind of, like, clatters down behind it. But none of it really seems to have gotten on this creature.
Back up.
All right. Now it's my turn. Let's see. It is standing fairly close to Riggs. Trish just threw something at it. It's gonna go ahead, and I am gonna make 2 sickle attacks. One towards Riggs and one towards Trish.
I mean, you could just not. That'd be fine with me personally.
Riggs, you feel a slice across probably your arm. Across your arm, and it hooks into your ribcage for a moment as you are going to take 9 points of damage as it hooks in, rips out, and then immediately slings towards Trish, like not expecting it at all, slings towards Trish. You're going to take 10 points of slashing damage as it slices across your collarbones pretty close to your neck. The rest of you have just witnessed these 2 quick slices, and this creature stands just hovering above you.
Trish!
Nicole and Trevor, you're up.
I'm gonna try to drag Trish away and hope that Trevor gets Riggs.
I think... Is there a table anywhere in this room?
Yeah, there's probably a table between it and you.
I'm going to grab that table and try to shove it into this thing to push it back against the wall.
Fantastic. Make a strength check for me.
All right, let's do it. Not bad, not bad. 18.
Okay, you're shoving this table. As you do so, it slams into... You see him, like, backing up a few steps as it's slamming. You do pin him up against the back wall here. Are you kind of holding that position, or are you, like, pushing and then doing something else?
No, I'm going to, like... I think Trevor, once he, like, pushes it against the wall, he's going to lower himself and, like, put his shoulder into it and yell over to Riggs, "Smash this fuck!"
Amazing. Nicole, you drag Trish anywhere specifically?
Away.
Away, perfect. Just for context, Trish, how many hit points do you have left?
That would be 10.
Okay, so to put it into perspective, you had 20 hit points to start with, right? 1 hit.
Yep.
Half HP. So how does Trish, like, look right now? Have you, like, fallen down? Do you think there's this, like, false sense of, no, I'm fine,
Yeah, probably more of the no, it's fine, and I'm just, like, clutching cloth to bloody everything and trying to hold the flashlight up at the thing.
Oh my god, Trish.
It's it's fine. It's fine.
Shh.
Riggs, we're back up to you. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
No.
10. Okay, you definitely feel there's still this tightness in your chest, but you're able to overcome it for, at least for the time being, as you're kind of like pushing it away. You have heard Trevor yell, what did you say?
Smash this fuck.
Smash this fuck. What would you like to do?
I want to run up and try and, like, smash the sickle out of its arm
Okay.
and disarm it so that someone else can maybe grab that.
Fantastic. Yeah, make that attack roll.
Okay, all right. I don't trust my dice.
Okay.
18?
Okay, roll damage.
Okay. 10.
Damn, alright.
And can I hold my breath as I take the shot to try and not... That might be
Sure.
too many things.
Sure. I would say you learned your lesson. So yeah, you can definitely, like, hold your breath. As you swing down at this arm, you almost, like, expect to hear something crack from the way that the arm moves. Because it does, like, slam into it and the arm itself kind of folds a moment, but you don't hear a crack. You just hear, like, the rustling of hay and stuffing still just squeezing onto the sickle itself. Just turns and looks in your direction now. Trevor, at that hit though, I'm gonna have you make a Constitution saving throw.
Makes sense. It's okay.
Sorry, Trevor.
It's okay. Yeah, it is okay, I think. Let's hope. That is a 13.
Yeah. So as as they are slamming down into the arm of this thing, you kind of see the puff starting to come out of, like, the sleeve itself, and you immediately, you're, like, holding up against this thing, and you just shove your face in, like, your elbow. You feel the dust and the mold kind of spread over you, but you are not affected.
Dang.
After, like, taking the first full lungful I've had in a couple minutes,
Run! Melissa, what is your response to run?
We can't.
And what would you like to do?
Did the sickle get knocked out?
It did not.
Okay. Does Riggs have another baseball bat in her backpack?
I just brought the one because
Hmm.
I thought it would be cheating if I brought more than one.
I appreciate that. That's fair.
Okay.
There's still a bunch of golf balls on my bag, though.
There's a piece of wood that I pried off the floor.
There's a
Melissa,
lantern in Trevor's hand.
Yeah, I will note there's a lantern. There's probably like one, we'll say there's one more lantern on the counter as well.
Okay. Did somebody already spill lamp oil on?
Tried to, it did not work.
Okay. In that case, since it's not oiled up already, Melissa is going to take off her backpack and sort of like wind it up, like spinning in a circle, and then try to smash it into this thing's face.
Nice. We'll call that probably strength. That's probably more of a strength-based attack.
That is going to be a 13.
A 13 hits.
Okay.
What is backpack damage?
Backpack damage.
Well, that depends on how many books and trapper keepers you have within it.
Only,
How many bricks you carrying in there?
Only shoes and socks and a water bottle.
We'll say
Wait, you
1d4
said
plus
no
your
water.
strength.
Oh, right. I did say no water.
There's not even a water bottle.
There was granola bars. I will take 1d4 plus strength, though.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That will be a 6.
Okay, damn. All right, did you throw it, or are you just like, it's like looped around and you're just using that as like a...
Just sort of spinning, picking up momentum, and then like, spinning, whirling into it.
Perfect. So we have Trevor slamming up, holding it like against the wall with the table. We have Riggs slamming into it with the baseball bat. Melissa runs up and starts hitting it, like slams the backpack into it as well. All in a matter of a few seconds. Trish.
Do I notice it reacting at all to the flashlight that I have in its direction?
It doesn't seem to be.
Okay. There's one more lantern. I am bleeding profusely. I'm gonna try to get the other lantern on it, I think.
Throwing it as well?
I'm gonna get closer this time. I'm gonna like push Nicole back so that she's not in swing range, and I'm going to grab the lantern and just kind of like get close-ish and huck it at it direct.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. That's a 9?
As you go to throw, you're expecting to be functioning at like full capacity right now, but you have a giant slice like through your in your collarbones and chest. So that throw just wasn't quite as powerful as it should have been, and the lantern like breaks against the floor, and you see the oil scatter, the glass shatter. It's near it, but it did not cover it.
Cool. Love it. Hey, at least it's close by, so we can set the floor on fire.
That's true. Is that your turn?
I will say to Trevor, where's your lighter? And that's my turn.
Okay. Trevor, do you like yell anything back? Like, is it in your pocket, or we had it out? Is it like...
Yeah, I think it's probably like I think he keeps it in that little pocket that's like on jeans, you know, that usually like people put change in it. No, that's his lighter pocket.
Would it be considered like a free action to grab it?
I think you know it's there for next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Or anybody. Like, anybody would have seen that happen, so if anybody else's turn comes and they want to grab it, they can go for it as well.
Oh, point of order, I am also continuing to hold the flashlight in its face.
Okay. And Trevor is pinning it to the wall here, so I think it's going to... It, like, looks over at Riggs as the slam into the arm, but it still manages to hold onto that sickle. It looks directly down at Trevor and just swings down in like a cross, like swings once and swings twice, both sickle attacks against Trevor.
Oh Lord.
Wow. I rolled an 8 and a 9. So Trevor, I would like for you to tell me how you avoid these two attacks.
Yeah, I think the first one comes down and he like ducks behind the table and it like into the table, sending kind of splinters flying. And the second one, whenever it comes down, I would say probably the same. Like, you know, it's just hacking at the table, like splinters are flying everywhere, and Trevor's just kind of ducked below the edge of it.
Fantastic. And while this is happening as well, you can hear the roots creaking and splintering wood as they are just pouring into the house. You see them popping up. They're like popping floorboards out and coming up through them. This is quickly just this whole cabin is just being overrun by these roots. They're covering the ceiling at this point, and you swear you hear them. You swear you hear them humming. Can't you read the sign? Nicole and Trevor, you're up.
I'm gonna say to Trish, your future is what you make it, so make it a good one. And then I'm gonna run towards the lantern that was on the ground. Try to grab it.
Are you looking for one intact?
Yeah.
That'll be probably like by Trevor. I would say Trevor's probably not like holding it anymore after like dodging those attacks. So yeah, there is one right by Trevor.
Okay, I'll pick that one up. And I'll be like, you want this? Come get it. And like try to lure him away from everybody.
Okay. Okay, noted. Trevor, what is your reaction to this?
All right. Is this thing... You said we've heard, like, the sounds of, like, crunching hay when we've hit it, right?
Correct.
All right. I think Trevor's going to pull the lighter from his pocket as he's, like, trying to keep this, table up against it. He flips open the top of the Zippo, strikes it, and is going to say, "Eat this," and chuck it at him.
Fantastic. Go ahead, and I wish there was like a cool roll. I need to add a cool roll in here, but I think this is just going to be a dex.
Okay. I'm okay with dex. Dex is fine by me. Ooh, dice. Let's do it. 17 plus 4, 21.
Okay. So, in this moment, as the lighter is like flipping through the air, slams into like the almost like overalls, hits and falls down to the floor.
Oh, fuck you.
There's a moment of pause, and then whoosh, ignites the lantern oil that is on the floor next to this thing. So there was this moment of, oh, fuck you. And then as the fire whooshed, you had to like duck down behind the table real quick because it was just this hot, just burst of air. In this moment, I think I will say we are out of initiative, but I want to hear what every single person like does in that exact moment, and it'll all be happening at once. So I guess first, Nicole, you were like, gonna lead this thing away, and as you're stepping over, you see this happen and suddenly flames.
I run. Is Trevor then in front of me?
Trevor is the closest one. Well, Trevor and Riggs are the closest ones to this creature.
I think Trevor took the most damage, probably looks the most worse. No? It was Riggs. I'll reach for Riggs and try to pull Riggs back from the fire.
All right, yeah, rush over, kind of like loop around, like loop under the arms probably.
But I still have the lantern.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as you do, you feel just the warm, wet blood from the slashing wounds that Riggs has endured, and you begin pulling them away. Riggs, and on that note, kind of carrying the scene over, what would you like to do?
Get Trevor, we can't leave Trevor there. And I'm trying to like shepherd everyone behind the fire line, even as I'm being like pulled by Nicole, just still trying to like keep everyone safe.
Kind of like trying to direct everybody. And the camera kind of like pans around and moves over to Melissa. What is Melissa doing in this moment?
Melissa is ducking from the first big whoosh and then looking around and sort of just crab walking backwards, frantically pulling open her backpack and pulling out like a pair of socks and just going like, and then looking for the nearest person who is bleeding, which is either Riggs or Trish. I don't know where you are, Trish.
Yeah, I think Trish would probably be closest to you.
Okay. Then just sort of frantically, pressing the closest piece of cloth on hand, which is one of her clean socks, against the wound.
Okay. And then kind of moving that over. Trish, what are you doing?
So I was originally reaching like for the lighter. So instead I'll just grab Trevor's wrist and yank him back.
Okay. You yank Trevor back as Melissa comes up and like tries to stop some of the bleeding. The entire front of your shirt is just soaked at this point from your own blood. Pull Trevor back. The three of you probably like hit each other and kind of fall down up against the bar of the tiny little kitchen area that's in here, slam into that, and you look over, all of you, as you're being pulled away, as you see the flames eat up this creature's legs. You see, seemingly unfazed for a moment, takes a step over the table, takes another step, and another step. You see the blood dripping from the sickle itself. And then as he raises it up, you see him realize the fire. And you see him kind of glance down, and as the flames are eating up, and as they reach the torso, there's a second whoosh as the torso ignites, and whatever that mold and dust was erupts. Fills the entire cabin. None of you can see anything in front of your own faces. You can hear coughing for a moment, and then you hear the thuds of your bodies slamming down, falling over. And that's it. No, I'm just kidding.
How dare. How very dare.
God damn it, Carrie.
And that's it. No. And then I'm going to have Riggs and Trish roll a d20 for me.
Best of luck, dude.
That's a 13. Lucky 13.
That's a 6.
Wow. You're lucky. Riggs, you're only going to take 2 more points of damage. 2 damage on 2d6, first of all. I rolled 2 ones. As the 5 of you wake up, laying on the floor, of a dusty cabin. The sun is shining through the windows. You're wounded. You're woozy. You're pale. But you haven't lost any of your friends. What would you like to do?
Hey, is everyone okay? Riggs? Trevor? Trish?
I feel like Trish wakes up, looks around, and just like dive bomb hugs Nicole.
Oh my god. Was that a dream? No, you're covered in blood.
Yeah, no. What the hell? Can we get out of here, please? I'm gonna check my phone.
Your phones are dead.
Great. Love it.
When the thing got burnt up, was its mask left behind?
No. You do not see a mask.
Okay.
And you
What
also
the-
don't see any signs of fire.
Oh.
Are there broken lanterns or anything?
Yeah. You see the lanterns are exactly where they were thrown.
All right.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
let's let's get out of here, please.
I have tape. If we need to tape your cuts shut, Trish, come here. I'll like pull some athletic tape and try and like butterfly bandage her cuts.
And
I think Trevor will, head towards the door and look outside.
Yeah, the door opens. You're looking outside into some pretty sunny woods.
Is there a trail?
A faint one. It just seems to be a trail that leads up the hill.
As Riggs is taping me up, I say, "Hey, Trev, is your camera still alive? Did the photos?"
Trevor will check the camera.
You look at the photos. You just see trees.
Bunch of fucking trees.
But we're free, right? Like whatever that was. Like you all killed it last night. That's it. We just should go home and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. See, I told you everything would work out. We're gonna get home. We're gonna take me to a hospital, I guess, and like we'll be fine. And then it'll be fine. It's fine. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah, I think I see a trail. Come on. And I would offer, Riggs a shoulder.
Riggs is gonna like try and pretend like they're fine and like maybe make it like 4 steps outside and then like grab on. Yep, thank you.
Let's go.
Trish, do you need help?
Yeah, just a sec, and I'll grab Trevor's lighter if I can find it off the ground and pocket it.
And the plan is to follow the trail? All right.
And look for signs.
I hand Melissa the bat since she's the only one not attached to another person. I think you're the one that can wield this right now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We can do this. We just have to follow the trail. We'll get back. I'll pick up your golf balls along the way. It'll be fine.
Leave them. They'll disintegrate soon enough. I don't say this enough. I really love you guys.
As that is said,
really do.
as I really love you guys is said, you all watch as a sickle pierces through Riggs' chest from the back.
I swing the baseball bat into Riggs' face.
As the sickle is pulled away, Melissa, make an attack roll.
Kaya, no! Oh no!
Sunlight. That's a 7.
Okay, you swing wildly as Riggs' body falls to their knees and slumps over. You see standing in the doorway of the cabin the same figure, tall, masked, sickle dripping with fresh blood. What would you like to do?
Fucking run.
Fucking run.
Fucking run.
All right, let's roll initiative to see how well we can fucking run.
Bye, Riggs.
I don't
love
get
you.
death saves, do I?
Actually, you get something somewhat cool here. So you are, for all intents and purposes, dead.
Rad.
But you get 1 death save, basically. You roll it. If you succeed, you can have 1 final action. You die regardless, but either you bleed out immediately or you have that 1 final action that you're able to do. So if you want to go ahead and roll into initiative as well, we can see how that works.
18.
Okay, Riggs, in this moment, as you see your friends take off running and you see the Groat Man pull up this sickle and move to begin to just charge after them like Texas Chainsaw style, like just a heavy stomping running. You see him charging up, ready to go. What would you like to do?
With the last of my strength, I'm just gonna catapult myself at him to try and restrain him or slow him down or just to make him basically in a meta sense use an action to throw me off, and just scream, run, run, run!
Fantastic. I think this is opposed strength.
Probably.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
Fantastic. So, as you tackle into him, he stumbles over and you actually see him fall and impale himself on the fence that is there, the moldy fence. There's this moment of, it doesn't appear to have hurt him, but he's stuck for a moment. He can't pull himself off of it, and you feel yourself slipping away, but as you look over, you see your friends disappearing up the hill, and you just hope you've given them enough time.
I kind of smile and then expire, I suppose.
You get a text message from Elle. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I like smiling and think of my friends and my brother and Ella, and I'm like, okay.
Okay. Nicole, you're sprinting.
Yeah, and I'm trying to pull Trish as fast as I can, and I'm sobbing because I just saw Riggs fucking bleed out and then do a superhero move. And I'm just taking Trish and I'm trying to just talk really fast at her, we're gonna get you out of here, we're gonna get you to Harvard, and you're gonna excel, and come on, watch out for the rock, run.
All right, Nicole, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
I think that's a +4. I rolled a 15, so 19.
Nice. So you're running, and then there's this moment where you swear this branch moves and grows out in front of you, and you're able to duck underneath it. You look around as the roots are quite literally breaking up out of the trees to try to trip you, and the branches seem to be reaching down to try to grab onto you, but you have dodged it successfully. Keeping sprinting? Fantastic.
Yeah, I would like to use my actual action to move as far away as I can.
Perfect. I would say Trish and Trevor, since you're more in the back, so to speak, you glance over your shoulder to see the Groat Man push himself up off of the fence just before you're disappearing into the woods. So you know he's on the way, but you're not sure how fast he'll be. Melissa, your turn.
Melissa is going to stare aghast at Riggs's body for a moment and then turn and run. And she is going to run extra hard.
Fair enough. Trevor.
Before Trevor runs, I think he wants to just take a quick look around for anything that could be considered a weapon. An axe sticking in a stump that was used to cut wood, anything like that.
I think your best bet, there's a pretty decent sized rock. Be more of
Okay, that's totally fine. Trevor's gonna grab that at least and then run.
Perfect. Trish. We'll say, well, Nicole, were you pulling Trish along with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're not quite in the back of the group. The two of you are probably more in the middle now at this point as everyone's sprinting. So what would you like to do?
Run.
Just run in?
Keep running.
Okay.
Just keep running.
Now, for the sake of this, this is the order that things are going to happen. But this forest is trying to keep you from leaving. So instead of you getting actions, you're going to be reacting on your turn to avoiding this forest. So, that being said, Nicole, go ahead and make another dexterity saving throw for me.
17 on the die, so I believe that's 21.
Fantastic. Sprinting through, you see one of the roots come up. You jump over it. As you're landing, you see a branch come down and you duck underneath it again. You feel scratches on your face as you are running through here from the tiny twigs and leaves that are scratching you as you're running by. Trevor, as you've paused only for a moment to grab this rock, and as you are turning and beginning to sprint back towards your friends, you see the Groat Man standing in front of you. You're going to take 10 points of damage as the sickle is just driven up into your ribs. Melissa, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oof. That is going to be a 10.
All right. As you're sprinting, one of these roots come up and slams into your shin. You feel yourself trip. You feel your foot stick underneath it, and as you trip, you feel that ankle twist. And as you land down hard, you feel branches just piercing into your arms. You are going to take 4 points of damage from that, and you have landed. Your ankle is throbbing, and you look and you can see, things are happening so fast. They're already so far ahead of you just from this one sprint. Trevor.
I think Trevor is, this scythe kind of pierces up into him and he stands there for a second and, just kind of blood comes out of his mouth. And he looks down at the rock and he looks up at the Groat Man. And I think he's going to grab the scythe and pull it into himself and then smash this thing over the head.
Hell yeah! Make an attack roll.
That is a 19.
Fantastic. Now make a luck roll.
That is a 14.
Okay. So, you grab the sickle, slam into the face. You see the mask crack just a little bit. And at that hit, he actually stumbles backwards a little bit. And luckily for you, since you succeeded your luck roll, does not rip the scythe from your body. Instead, the sickle stays in. And he stumbles backwards, weaponless.
Okay.
Trish, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Cool. Don't fuck me, dice. Okay. 13.
13. Alright, you're gonna take 3 points of damage, but you're not going to be held back by any means. You're running, you feel branches, whatever, slamming into your shoulders, your legs. You feel new scratches. You feel the stinging that can only come from small scratches that are just enough to be annoying, just enough to draw a little bit of blood, and you are sprinting through with your hand just squeezed into Nicole's. Speaking of Nicole, make another dex save.
Oh god. Oh no, that's a 6.
As you're sprinting forward, the two of you probably leading the charge at this point, sprinting hand in hand. Trish, you feel resistance as Nicole stops abruptly as a branch slides down and impales you from the front. Nicole, you take 10 points of damage and are currently held in place. Trevor, you see this creature stumble backwards, head kind of slowly moving to look up at you. You see pieces of the mask like falling down. Make a wisdom save. A 19. That is very good, because let me share a stat with you. Glare of Fear, DC 13. Wisdom save or be frightened and paralyzed until you're...
I love it.
Explain that. This terrifying creature is staring into your soul. Why aren't you afraid?
I knew he was here. Or at least knew something was here. I had read a story a while back, and I just had to investigate. And I'm happy to be staring him down for the moment, though things are quite bad.
Melissa, you have slammed down onto your hands and knees, ankle throbbing. You look up in time to see Nicole run into a branch and be impaled. What do you do?
Melissa screams really loudly and tries to drag herself along, just on her hands and knees, still clutching to the baseball bat, frantically looking around. Where is the Groat Man right now?
You glance back. You don't see any sign of the Groat Man or Trevor.
Okay, yeah, just dragging herself, frantically rising up on her knees, trying to grab the branch that Nicole is impaled on, just, fruitlessly trying to do something about it.
Perfect. I assume Trish has probably stopped to help as well. So yeah, Trish and Melissa are like, what do we do? What do we do? But are standing around this branch at this point. Trevor.
Trevor is going to pull the scythe from himself. Just kind of... And then swings it up around and says, "Your hunt's about to end, fucker." And is going to take a final swing at this Groat Man.
Go for it.
16. It's a max roll. So 9.
9. So, from removing the scythe, I am going to also roll damage. You have 1 hit point left. Let me ask you, Matthew, not Trevor. How do you want Trevor's story to end?
Pull the scythe out.
Notes here, bleeding profusely. You have slammed this rock into the Groat Man's head. You hear the mask shatter. The Groat Man falls and rolls down the hill.
So he rolls down the hill. He stops at the bottom. And I'm assuming he's going to get back up because that's the nature of this shit. He's seen enough movies to know. And I think he's going to look back. Can he see any of his friends in the distance, or are they far gone?
Can't see anything. In the distance, in the trail, you see a large tree.
I think Trevor is just going to stand for a moment, look down at his chest. He knows that he's not going to make it out of here, I think, at this point. And there's a moment where he looks back towards, where everybody had kind of ran off to. But he turns back towards the goat man, puts the scythe up on his shoulder and says, "We finish it," and walks back down the hill towards him.
As you're walking back down, you see the movements, the heavy movements of him beginning to stand back up. Trish and Melissa, you are standing on either side of Nicole, blood pouring down Nicole's torso. having been impaled by this branch. The two of you like catch each other's gaze for a moment, and there's this just, oh fuck, what do we do? Look on both of your faces. What would the three of you like to do?
I would like to use my ability. Perk. Get a hint from the GM. Is this a good idea? Would it be a good idea for me to stay here on the thing? Because I'll probably bleed out if I get off of it, and tell them to run away.
A good idea for who?
For them to survive.
For them to survive, that would be a good idea.
Okay. You guys gotta go. Go. I'm stuck. Go. Get out.
I can't.
You have to. You have to go. You have to go. Go. Get.
Trish, we have to go.
Go. Yeah. Go.
Trish will look at Melissa and then look at Nicole and say,
Light my lantern and go.
fucking sorry.
Here, light my lantern and go.
I light it, and while I do, and we discuss this offline, let me know if this is okay. Trish kisses Nicole.
Very quick. And then go.
And I run.
Melissa, you are running as well?
Trying to. Probably doing a decent job of keeping up at first, but the damaged ankle and everything like that, after a moment, Melissa just yells, Trish, take this, keep running, you're a really good runner, just keep going, and tosses the baseball bat towards her.
Oh fuck. I try to pull Melissa along, but realize she just can't and just keep going.
Trish, as you are running forward, you hear the sound of roots and vines basically tangling together, crashing into each other behind you. You hear the sound of Melissa just being scooped off of her feet. You hear like the of just breath being knocked out. You hear the sound of branches piercing bodies behind you as you sprint. You run, your lungs are burning. And finally, you make it out of the woods. You make it to the car. You see the vehicle. Seems like you haven't seen it in years. Do you get in?
I don't like how you asked that, but yes.
I'm thinking of something and I'm terrified right now at the realization that it's about to happen.
You get into the car, you slam the door. I assume with this being super like abandoned in a really old vehicle, the keys are probably left in here somewhere. We'll say that they are. Yeah. You start the car and immediately begin pulling away, pulling back, heading toward home. You don't care really where you're heading. You're heading away. As you're driving, getting further and further away, what is going through your mind?
I mean, she is crying, openly sobbing as she's driving. She's probably glancing constantly at the rear view mirror and then in front of her and then beside her and just like panic. And just like trying to think back to the last time she saw a fucking gas station.
Yeah, driving. It's like a routine. Mirror, side, mirror, beside, just checking over and over and over. Probably speeding, I assume. Hurrying down,
absolutely.
Down this street. And for a brief second, when you check the rear view mirror, you see your friends standing in the road. just for a second, you blink and they're gone. And as you're stealing yourself, as you are trying to catch your breath, you're looking back down at the steering wheel, and that's when you can see the movement out of the corner of your eye. You just slowly turn your head to look in the passenger seat, and you see a head slowly turn towards you with the cracked, just broken mask, reaches forward and grabs onto the steering wheel and pulls. The camera sees the car swerve and slam off of the street and slam into the ditch. Our camera cuts to the cabin, where we see the newspaper clippings that were pulled out of the floorboards. We see a trinket of some sort. It looks like a totem. And then slowly we see all of the items being like dragged back by just an invisible force into the floorboards. The board sliding over to hide them once again. And then you hear the report. Car crash. You hear various phone calls of people reporting their kids missing, but they can't seem to recall them telling anybody where they were going. The reports of the car crash, they know it's your car, Riggs. But there was no body in it. Originally, the Grove Man was not going to be able to attack you during the day. But by pulling that totem out of the floorboards,
The fuck.
you made it worse. Thanks, Twitter.
Twitter.
Those little bitches.
Wow,
God
Twitter.
damn it.
Yeah,
God damn it, Twitter.
live by the Twitter, die by it.
Carrie, this was so good. You're a literal demon.
Literal
good.
actual demon.
Yeah.
So good. Fuck you.
We thought we were getting out of there.
Yeah.
Fools.
I thought someone might.
Thank you all. And Cassie, I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. Thanks so much for running it.